Hello, slot car fans. Doug here with a quick video. This is going to be kind of aimed at people that are just, getting their feet wet into the digital versus analog realm. I've been kind of running, bits of both, but my goal has been to try to convert all the cars to digital so that, I can run them on the digital track or analog, because with the Carrera track or with the Carrera chips, you can do both. So what we've got here is a Ferrari 458. And we're going to show you a quick video on how to change the chips out. But before I do, I'm going to put in a quick advertisement. Now, I'm not getting paid to advertise these guys at all or anything like that, but you've seen me buying numerous things from AliExpress over the last year. Slot car parts I've had real good luck with, electronics and cameras not so much. But in this case, I got a pack of 4 of these Carrera digital chips for $80. I think that included shipping and everything. I mean, they add a little tax to it and all that, of course, but that is, to me, that's a considerable savings over buying them one at a time at, I think it's about $35 otherwise, and then often you still have to pay shipping too. So if you guys are looking at doing some of this, I would say take a look at AliExpress. You may get lucky and find these, and if you can, I'm going to test them out and let you know how they work. I had bought a single one, and I don't know if it came from the same manufacturer or from the same seller or not, but I did buy a single one at one time that I installed in a Ferrari already that you guys may have already seen on videos, but it worked fine. So we're going to try this, and we're going to start by installing this chip, and I'm going to do a later video. Excuse me, guys, I need to find my scissors. I'm going to do a later video on putting headlights and possibly even taillights into that car, because it looks like it's going to be pretty easy on this particular vehicle. But anyway, here's the unbagging. The unbagging of the basically $20 Carrera chip. Now, unfortunately, I'm not all grounded off and all that kind of stuff like you're really supposed to be when you work with electronics like this. At least that's the way they taught you back in the day. But here's what we got. We got this Ferrari, and I've already pulled out the screws. There's just 4 screws to remove the bottom of the chassis, and then the shell comes off. You got your chassis in here, and you can see there's really not a whole lot to the electronics on this thing. We'll pull this wire out, and you've got a clip here, and that's the wire that goes to the front guide and then takes the power to the chip that it has in it already, because most of the Carrera cars, I guess unless you get a really old one, they're already going to have a little chip right there, and that chip has its screw and everything you're going to need in order to do this swap. And you see here, this motor wire, this basically is coming out of there and going to the motor. So I guess step 1 is going to be to unplug these things. And honestly, this is about the worst part of the whole thing, because if you screw this up and you don't grab this right and get a good hold of it, you'll end up pulling the wires out. But there we go. I think I was successful. You'll know if you screw it up. And it's not that big of a deal to fix. You can usually push the wires back up in there and make it work again. Oh, that was easy. All right. So we've got those 2 out. We just need a tiny little Phillips head screwdriver to take out this screw. Sorry if I got too close to the camera. I had everything focused for the distance and move things around. And then we just remove that little chip. That's I guess they call this the Evolution chip. This is the chip that comes in the Evolution cars. And it has a directional or a polarity switch on the bottom. Well, we're going to ditch that. Come on in with this. We got a lot of extra connectors on here. And I'm not... obviously, the one with the bigger wires here, this is going to be your motor. That looks like these look like some lights. And let me double check the colors here. It actually looks like they matched up the colors and everything. And these chips have the let me move this out of the way. Let's look at it this way, okay? You can see that the way they've set this, if my fingers are out of the way sufficiently, the wires are kind of even coming out at the same place. So I'm pretty sure that this one up here, the wiggling right there, is the same as this one right here. And so on and so forth. So basically this is the lighting stuff. We're not going to use that. And this is some lighting stuff, and we're not going to use that. So we're going to just fold that over in there for now. And this is going to be your motor wire, and that's going to the guides. So we'll bring the car back, and so everything is basically set up to do this already. You've got this little spot right here where this thing there, that didn't take much. You squeeze those little pins together and that pops out. And then we go in with this, and it's going to set that light right down in the hole, put the switch where it lines up and everything. I mean, you really don't even have to do any modifications or anything to these. Now, if you haven't lost your screw, that's probably the most difficult part of this whole thing, is not losing that tiny little screw. Then you put, oops. Oh. Sorry, folks. That's the way it always goes on camera. You're going to end up screwing everything up. Boy. And this thing is trying to get held by the magnet, so it's hard to grab hold of. Also, the really weird thing about... Oh, no, don't do that. The really weird thing about this particular purchase I made from AliExpress is that this came really quick. Usually, it takes about 3 weeks, but I ordered this chip along with another pair of 1/43rd scale cars that I like, that you guys might have seen me running quite a bit already, and figured another pair of them while I was at it would be useful. The whole package with both things in it, since they're from the same shop, it came in probably about a week. And I don't know if China's able to get stuff there that quickly, or maybe they're starting to have U.S. But anyway, here we go. We just, maybe they're starting to have U.S. distributorships for Ali. I don't know. But anyway, you just plug these wires back in. We hope this polarity is going to be correct. I think on the last one it wasn't. I had to pop these wires out and just reverse them. If the polarity is weird, you can make it work right. It's not that big of a deal. We're going to stuff this back down in here kind of like it was from the factory, right? And then here is this other connector, and all we got to do is just plug this one in. And we can kind of stuff that back in here like the factory did. So we get it out of the way. You don't want to let it interfere with the spinning of this guide, though, so you don't want it real tight or anything. And then we're going to kind of stick these down in here. Man, just to get them out of the way. That'll be good enough. And all you got to do is put your body back on. In this case, bingo. And we should have ourselves a digital car. Thanks for watching. I hope this has helped somebody, maybe make them more willing to get their feet wet in this conversion from analog to digital, because I think the digital stuff is especially fun. And also, don't forget to take a look at AliExpress. If you've got a number of cars that need conversion, when you can get 4 of these for $80, that's a heck of a lot better price than trying to buy them individually otherwise. Thanks for watching.